Okay, so we opened up a really nice one. We've got a Warmaker Gunship. This card's great. Really, really strong. I like being in red, generally. I've been very much in my Grixis era, where, like, out of my last 15 drafts, I think, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them are non-Grixis decks. I've been in it a lot. I've been in it quite a bit. With good success. Like, I'm currently, like, Mythic 60-something, so it's been forcing to a small degree, but in a strategic way, you know? Now I just take Psionicist, I think. Psionicist is excellent. Bombard, fine, you know, whatever. Not quite good enough for me to want to take, to follow up my red card. With another red card? Yeah, I mean, you could take Grove Strider too. That's fine. I think that's a good follow-up. But I like Psionicist after I've taken Gunship. It's like blue card to go with my Artifact Matters card. Space-Time Anomaly, eh? I have lost this card a lot recently. I don't think it's great, but I do think it's playable. The other cards that I'm looking at here, Mechan, Scroll, and Landseeker. So, Scroll is generally a card I like. I don't hate taking out the other two, though. Landseeker goes with the Gunship. Like, I like Mechan and Landseeker sort of equally. So I think it's between the Landseeker and the Scroll. I guess I'm just going to take the Scroll. Like, I could kind of take or leave Landseeker. We also might not be exactly blue-red. Or even red. Because now I'm just going to take Virus Beetle. There's a few pretty good black cards, actually. The color is great. Beckoner's great. Past that, Drone is a card I like. I think I like Beetle the best out of the bunch here, though. Especially when I'm not super heavy black. The color can be kind of tricky. I could also, you know, with taking this Scroll, one of the things I'm thinking is could be blue-black splash the Gunship. That's something I've done quite often. Virus is my favorite card. Yeah, I mean, Virus Beetle is really good in this format. It's not as good as it was in Neon Dynasty, but it's pretty darn close. All right, now we've got Orbital Plunge, Mechanizoa, some black cards. I think Monoist is fine. I think Prospector's fine. Yeah, Plunge is the best card here. I like Mechanizoa too to some degree, but I think I just go with the best card. Like, I'm happy being any combo of these colors. I don't really feel strongly about being a base of any of these just yet, so I think I should just take the best card in the pack for the next few picks. It's much cuter, this set, which counts for a lot. I have no disagreements with that statement. Ooh, okay, so now I've got Embrace Oblivion, Hull Carver, Plasma Bolt, and Scrapper. Oblivion's nice with the Beetle and sort of kind of with the Gunship too. Like, you don't hate sacking Gunship after it's killed something. I like a copy of Scrapper in most of my red decks these days, but I think Embrace Oblivion is just a better card. We also are, you know, aside from the Gunship, which counts, don't have any interaction. Could also just see taking the Hull Carver, considering it's an artifact, and like we want to up our artifact count for the Gunship. Okay, now we just take the second Oblivion, though. Does Arena still look blurry? I compared it to my previous VODs, and it looked kind of similar to me. Maybe my Arena just looks blurry on stream. I don't know. Alright, so we'll slam a Nebula Dragon here. Nebula Dragon's been a card I'm just happy to play in basically every red deck. You know, 7-drop red deck sounds kind of weird, but there's not really that many super aggressive red decks that are good, I find. Like, green-red's happy to play this, black-red's happy to play this. I've splashed this in blue-black quite a bit. Alright, and a Pangolin comes around too. That's cool. Okay, so now it's looking like we're red-black, and we'll keep the Psionicist in our back pocket. Then again, our black isn't anything special, so I think all I can say for sure is red is probably going to be a color we play. It's the color we have the most cards of, and the color that's the strongest here too, like with the gunship and the plunge. Okay, some red-black various things I could play. I dislike Remnant Elemental. I guess I like Comet Crawler the best of the bunch here. I don't love it though. I also really dislike the 2/4 generally. Just a little bit too clunky. I guess I will take some gems. Why not? Ooh, Beckoner wheels. That's very nice. Okay. Well, we're wheeling a bunch of, like, random red-black things, which is not, like, amazing. We're not wheeling good cards, but all the cards that are wheeling are red and black for the most part, so that's a good sign. Okay, so I can take Pain for All, which is a fine removal spell. I can take Hull Carver. Hull Carver's pretty nice, because I've got 2 things that care about the artifact. And it's, like, sort of kind of a removal spell in some ways, too. Yeah, I think I'd take that here. Wouldn't hate another Nebula Dragon in general, but I don't need to take it here. Power Depot is the rare. Kind of cool. The land that comes with a counter, and then you can move the counter around. Like, so you can sack the land. It's an artifact land, right? So you can, like, sack this to, I don't know, Embrace Oblivion or something. It has a counter. When it dies, its counter gets put on something. Ooh, Faithful. I mean, Sidewinder's great, too. I would not hate speculating on Sidewinder. Maybe we go back into blue, but Faithful's just awesome, so we should take that. We've got a Systems Override, which currently looks okay. We've got double Embrace Oblivion. I guess that's kind of it so far. Follower's Faithful, that actually counts too. Do I want to over the second Beckoner? Beckoner's looking solid here. It's good with the Faithful. It's good with the Beetle. It's good with Embrace Oblivion. This also has the potential to wheel. I mean, we got a really late Beckoner in pack 1, so maybe that's likely to wheel too. I think I'm just going to take the rock solid pick here. Like, I know this card's going to be fine to get in my deck. I don't think I need to steal and sack to have good interaction. Like, especially, it's kind of funny because obviously red-black is like the steal and sack deck colors, right? But it's kind of the deck that needs it the least, where the idea is like, oh, I get to take this card that nobody wants, this Actitrees, and turn into a removal spell, right? But, like, you're not often short on removal spells in this deck, or in this color pair. And, like, it's obviously a little bit better than your average removal spell, right? You get to take it, you get to deal damage that turn, you get to, you know, do whatever, but I don't know. I think it's a dream that you don't need to shoot for. If it falls into my lap, like, if I wheel it, I'll probably play it. Yeah, this is a good observation, too. Like, the lane is fairly open, it makes it more likely that it wheels. Okay, I'll take a block here really happily. Like, it plays out the Gunship, the Pangolin, the Double Embrace, Comet Crawler. I would play a second one here pretty happily, too. Okay, so now... I wonder if we're supposed to look something like this. Like, I'm not going to take a black card here. I don't want second Comet Crawler. I don't want first color. So I'm just going to take the mech in, and then we're base black, maybe black-blue, maybe black-red, and splash Gunship if we're black-blue. Okay, I'm going to take Engineer. I don't think I'm going to play it, but there's, like, a weird chance if we end up black-blue and we end up with, like, more multicolor fixing. Late Engineer, though. Yeah, pretty wild. These are good options. I like all of these cards to some degree. There's Download, which is great because I don't have a big draw 3. So I'm probably just going to take that, actually. And if we're red-black, I might even just splash this. Sorry, that's not true. We have a draw 3, sort of, kind of, if we pick up a land. The Prospector helps if I'm splashing, but, like, not that much. Like, the thing with Prospector, I guess it's nice because I've got Embrace Oblivion, but I was going to say, like, when you need the mana from the Lander token, like, you need your Prospector to die. So either you're, like, chumping with it, which isn't great, Or you need to be able to trade pretty reliably, and like it's kind of hard to do that. Though, like I said, that it does get a little bit better with the Oblivion. Block's great here. Happy to see a second one. And I might play the Sentry too. Okay, so like, yeah, we know we're in black. I think no matter what, I would like to pick up a command bridge. That's for sure. Because we now have a bunch of small trinkety stuff where we can tap the command bridge pretty freely. It's not going to cost us like our whole turn or whatever. And I think I am going to splash something here. Like either the download in if we're red-black or the gunship if we're blue-black. And this is pushing me towards blue-black because this card's excellent and there's no other real options in this pack for me. So now, yeah, now definitely our red is, or sorry, our blue is better than our red. Another depressurize is good. Adagia, cool card. Not for us, but if I pick up a command bridge, that also means Biome Chain is like more reasonable. Probably still not gonna play it. Like I only really would have the fix and splash a card, right? So probably not, but maybe we get past Breeding Pool or something. If we get past Breeding Pool, then we're maybe talking. A Circuit Feeder. Yeah, that's nice. I'm going to take that for sure over the second scroll. I wouldn't hate scroll. I'd probably take it over the third depressurize, but Circuit Feeder is just a bit too good. A bit too strong. So now we're looking like this, basically. Yeah, and this Intimidator is tempting. If I don't take the Intimidator, I'm taking another Sentry, which I don't want. A Technician, which I also do not want. Okay, guess we're taking it. Another Beetle. Very good. Audio's come through? Okay, cool, cool. So just a thing on my end. Oh, is my volume down on my TV? Is that what's happening? That might be it. I don't know. Weird. Oh, if you can hear it, no worries. Second scroll. Okay. So that means I'm going to take the second scroll, and now we play... Ooh, another Faithful. Good. Now we play... probably a fairly heavy splash of, like, 2 cards of... maybe it's, like, Download plus Hound. Oh, was there a... yeah, there was a bridge there, wasn't there? I didn't even call it out, but... yeah, bridge would be fine here. I agree. I mean, I said I wanted one. Another Beetle's awesome. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna play anything here. Sure. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, the black core ended up awesome. We've got double Embrace Oblivion, triple Beetle, double Faller's Faithful. Like, that stuff's all great. Plus Nutrient Block for the cards that care about that. What my base color is going to be is still, or my secondary color is still unclear. Like, yeah, Beckoner's the Beetle is also great. So, like, if I'm base red, I get an excellent 2-drop. An artifact which doesn't really count for too much. I mean, it counts for the Gunner, of course, and the Feeder. And a Plunge, which is great. I guess the question is more, what are the cards we're not going to be splashing if we're the opposite color, right? So, like, if we're red-black, what are we not splashing in blue? We're not going to splash Psionicysts, I don't think. We're not going to splash Mechans. So we're splashing, like, the Draw 3 and the Hound. Although I'm not even, like, that convinced I want to do that when I've got Double Faithful. Like, my card advantage kind of came together in black, honestly. So maybe it is just red that lets us play Intimidator as a good 2, which I wouldn't be playing anyways. Plunge is an excellent removal where I'm a little short on catch-all removal. I just have the 2 Plunges, or sorry, the 2 Oblivions. And then we go like this, and then maybe I still can splash something. We're short a few playables here. I could play, oh sorry, no, the Gunship, I want to play that, and the Dragon. Sorry, I for some reason put playables in the board. We could just run it like this. This is pretty good. I would want to play an Island, I guess, for a splash if I'm splashing something. And I guess, like, wanting to play another land anyways. Makes me want to splash something. So it could just be the Hound still. Pretty nicely with Beckoner and Embrace Oblivion. Yeah, let's cut this Sentry. Play Hound. Go like this. And then... yeah, it seems pretty good. Yeah, no Engineer, unfortunately. Still kind of tempted by this download. Maybe I cut a Nutrient block? Because, like, we have enough fodder for these Oblivions now. If that's the case, I would want to go to 18 lands, though. So I don't think I'm going to do that. Alright. Let's run this as is. I might come back to the drawing board. But for now, I'm cool with this. I guess we didn't end up wheeling that Systems Override, eh? The steal your thing till end of turn card. Would it be strictly wrong to run the Engineer here? Probably, with Moderate Landers and 2 Manoliths and all that card draw. Yeah, I just don't think we need to push the mana that far. Like, you know, it's... Mana base building, limited mana base building is all about power versus consistency. I mean, I guess that's true with Constructed, too. But this deck's good enough. I don't think I need to stretch it further. Hand is awkward. This card and this card and this card. Not very good here. This is probably a mulligan. Okay, this is a very, very similar hand, but better. Alright, we'll put back a mountain here, I think. Actually, let's just put back a Embrace Oblivion. I want to hit my lands, and I don't have anything good to sack the Oblivion. Well, no longer true, but that's okay. The other thing is, like, if I do draw sack fodder, as I did, I already have a sack outlet that I'm going to want to feed something to. Luminary, okay. Nice. Just naturally draw all 3 colors. Pollinator. And nothing. No attack, eh? Ooh. Ooh, we can set up for a nice turn next turn. Yeah, I think I do that. Where I Beckoner my Beetle and then Faithful it. Seems pretty good. It's a little bit tempo negative, I guess. We're gonna get a tapped 1/1 and an untapped 3/1. Yeah, that's fine enough. We're not getting super pressure just yet. And before they slam like a Harmonious Grove Stratter, that play looks a lot worse. What'd I say? What'd I say? That's hilarious. Okay, so, yeah, we'll just do the thing. I can probably take 3 damage, or sneak in 3 damage here. We did. Okay. I mean, I'm still going to be able to kill this Grove Strider next turn with this Plunge. I'm just trying to, you know, value them here. They might not even have more lands in hand, so this might stay fairly small. Okay, that's really bad for me. Yeah, that was good. Okay. God, now what do I do? I have, like, multiple things that are giant issues. Okay, so, like, the Grove Strider can be chumped. This greenhouse is a bit of a problem. Yeah, I guess we just plunge the Reclaimer. Probably can't afford to attack here while looking to make a block. Scene turns on at 8. Okay, so I have to kill this thing somehow. Yeah, so if I take the 10 here, I need to either draw a removal spell or Faithful this greenhouse. I think I just chump here. Okay, it's Cracklander. They don't play anything. What's that about? Like, they've got a warp card there. That was an interesting draw. Okay. That works. Do they have, like, biosynthetic burst or whatever? Is that what's happening here? They could be playing around Wrath. Yeah, that's very reasonable. They don't do anything. Block like this. Then I take 5. They play their Luminary. Sorry, no, I take 6. They play Luminary. Yeah, I think so. Kind of awkward spot next turn, I guess. I could kill the Grove Strider, but then I can't play the Beckoner as well. Alright, in any case, I think I make this block. Trick's really bad. Yeah, Trick probably means we die. Okay, they did have a burst. I guess not straight dead. Yeah, okay, so I crack the block. Not a bad draw. Not a great one, but not a bad one. Kill the face, or kill the greenhouse. Yeah, and we know they're on spells too, which is not good. Because they've been missing lands forever. Ooh, and Starforge too. Okay, yeah, I probably not come back after this. Have to chomp. They've got a Starforge. They got Luminary. Okay, so I depressurize you. I get to Circuit Feeder this. Maybe we draw a cheap card? Yeah, so maybe if we draw a cheap card, we can, like, be able to maybe double block this Grove Strider. So now we kill the 1/1 chump block. I'll stick in it. I think it's worth playing still. Yeah, this is true. This is the ultimate nightmare versus control. I've been playing a lot of control index lately, and this is a card I do not want to see. Alright, yeah, they thought about not playing their stuff, and they're like, nah, I should just play my stuff. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice one. Need the third land, but we're lucky on this stream, so we'll hit it. How was the Open? I didn't get to play the Open. Very sad. My computer died on Friday, and I spent the whole weekend trying to fix it. Eventually, I ended up getting, not exactly a new computer, but it's pretty much a new computer. I have like 60% different components at this point. Yeah, it's the old PC of Theseus, you know? So, yeah, unfortunate, but is what it is. Yeah, I was looking forward to it, too, since we didn't have one last time. And then who knows if there's going to be a Spider-Man Direct or whatever it's called on Arena. Because, you know, the Spider-Man set, that's being drafted with 4 packs, right? Like, it's the 2-pick draft thing, so I don't know if that's going to translate to sealed / Arena Open drafting. Okay. This is fine, this is fine. So let's warp in you. Trying to hit a land here. We do not, but we find a Hull Carver and a Beckoner. I mean, I can do the thing with the Virus Beetle next turn with the Beckoner. That's pretty sweet. I think I'm into that. Yeah, like, sure, I'm taking a little damage here. I don't really want to embrace Oblivion this thing, though. Or, you know, Hull Carver would be fine, but just, you know, this thing still is relevant outside of combat, so it's not like it answers it. Three. All right. Do I believe what I said last turn about doing the thing that I like doing? So I go Virus Beetle 1 or Beckoner first, attack, sack the beetle, play another beetle. Yeah, that all sounds good. So warp it in. Do this. I'll attack. Play the first Virus Beetle. Because if I sack first, they'll know they're down a creature when they're making this decision. It might change their decision here. Every one of our cards is a 2-for-1, which is great. 2-for-1, 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 or 3-for-1, 2-for-1. Sick. Okay. Yeah, and then next turn, hopefully we draw a land and we just feed her. But even if we don't, like, Depressurize plus Hound looks great. Zookeeper Mechan, sure. And something else that they can play. That's a reasonable play. Yeah, 0 point for 1. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so now I need to build up a board before I do this again. Yeah, I made this card a lot worse too. Okay, so now I go Hound into Island, and then just depressurize this Mechan. Color, okay. They cannot cast this currently again. So I mean, I could just block to prevent 2 damage. That's like not an unreasonable thing to do here. Don't think I really need to, though, and it's helpful for the gunship later. Alright. Roll Beckoner, get with the Hound. Watery Grave. We're at 7. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess I just Circuit Feeder, target their color, and my Hound, and force them to block. I could have something here, but it's not like we're in danger of dying on the crackback, really. I guess if they have, like, the Sculpting Blast, they bounce something, they stay alive, they put me to 6, they haste in the 2/2, they put me to 5, they have a token. Yeah, it still wouldn't be enough. Okay, that was a good one. Successfully ground them out of the game. Hello, Clarm. How you doing? Do. Not dead yet. Same. I can say that it is factually accurate. Yeah, this works. I will decline to cast my Nutrient Block just yet, so I can pump my Pangolin, maybe. Yep, something with a single black stop. So that's the Voidborn, I guess. Oh no, it's this color. That's what that is. Huh, nothing, eh? Okay. So they have kind of a slow hand, maybe, that means? Or maybe they just, you know, don't want to attack and trade. It makes sense to attack and trade, though, with the color. Like, generally you want to do that. It's good, just a good exchange for most games. Okay, it's okay with me. Nice. If they don't cast anything I really want to depressurize, I'm probably just going to sack this Nutrient Block. There are reasons... There are more reasons in my deck to sack it, or keep it in play than sack it. Like, I mean, more doesn't make sense, but there are reasons. There are reasons in my deck that I want to keep it around. Like, I've got the mono with Circuit Feeder. I've got the Gunship. I'm gonna let this happen. Take 2. But I definitely want to find my blue source and hit lands and all that. Embrace Oblivion. Okay, I mean, not so bad. That one I will kill. Goodbye. That's a nice draw. Okay, so we faithful our Beetle. We'll draw some lands. That's a good one too. I wonder if they make this a 2-1. I think it's fairly reasonable. Yeah, they gave me the landers. Great. Yeah, great for multiple reasons. Because now I have sack fodder and I can cast my hound sometime soon. And I can get to 7 mana. That was just all around good for me. Okay, so I'm at 7 mana. I could just attack. If they block with Assembler, I can finish it off. I guess it's just good to do this turn, right? I think I'm gonna push here. Push some damage. Key plan? It's kind of close. I mean, the reason key plan is to play around Virus Beetle, but like, I've got Hound, which draws me cards. I want the additional mana, probably. If they have Virus Beetle, they have to have just top decked it, because there's been a lot of spots that they could have played it. And they didn't. This color has done a lot of damage to the opponent. Like, 6 or something at this point, I think. Alright. Let's go get our island. We'll just play around Divert Disaster. Help this Evangel, get it for 2. Second blue unlocked. Tractor Beam, sure. This is fine. Yeah, I play color. Alright, so Warp the Hound. Find a scroll. And here I will just depressurize now. I just want to push damage. Alright, cool. I mean, their last few cards could be something pretty good. Like, they haven't been doing that much in the earlier parts of the game, so they probably have some good expensive card. Okay, let's combo with the dragon, with the Tractor Beam. Go to 3. Okay. Ooh, that was very nice. Okay, so let's go Hound first. Sure, take a land. Yeah, I was very aggressive. I'm not sure what the thought is there. Okay, so I mean, yeah, like, they could have the blue-black Wrath, but now we have this scroll to gas back up. Cool. Alright. Yeah, this looked great. Looks great. Into a Pollinator. I like having Virus Beetle when they have a Pollinator. Like, you know, Pollinator kind of asks you to have the rest of your cards be really impactful. Like, it's kind of like they're going down a card just so they can accelerate themselves. So, you know, making them discard a card is all that much more painful when they start with the Mana Dork. Kind of the idea. Edge Rover, cool. I would love for this Edge Rover to die. I would love to be able to trade with it. Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter anymore. I was saying that because I wanted the Lander token, but we've got our mana under us now. Alright, quite the wide board. I usually just warp in my hounds, but especially with the double scroll now, I should just play it, I think. Like, I'm not going to be short on card advantage, and this board is a little bit threatening. Take Faithful, sure. I mean, thankfully the Circuit Feeder should catch us back up if they kill our Hound or have a good attack somehow. And with just the 1/1s. Huh, okay. I think that's fine. I'm at 18. I don't really want to trade off my Beetle or my Hound. Like, Hound can threaten to trade for these. That's why they didn't attack with these. They don't want to trade with Hound. And Beetle, I can kill with my Faithful. Exosuit Savior, picking up Luminary. Okay. Okay, so I mean, what to kill here is sort of interesting. I could kill the Gene, although they're almost out of cards, so that probably doesn't matter too much. Ooh, nice. I think I just killed the Flyer. I mean, I know I have a Flyer myself, but they have removal, you know. I guess all these 1/1s are pretty annoying against all my X1s, I gotta say. Like, if this Circuit Feeder does bite the dust, it might be a little bit tricky. Again, we're still at 16, shouldn't be too bad, but Stinger, okay, that's a good sign. Yeah, I'll just take one. Cool. Ooh, baby. That was a hell of a draw. Okay. Okay, how do we want to do this? I think I just target the Beetle to get their last card. Tempting to target the Circuit Feeder, but I don't think I need to. Also tempting, of course, to target the Hound. I think that's a little too greedy. I'd rather get the last card of their Hound rather than anything else, I think. So be Faithful. Killer Beetle. Hey, Ghost Code, how you doing? Draw some cards. They have to discard something here. I guess I just pass? Yeah, so if they kill the Circuit Feeder, they attack with everything. They still don't have, like, the best attack. They're not pushing that much damage, so I think this is fine. Okay, interesting. I will be blocking. Just like that, seems fine. Yeah, no, I think it's a decent attack from them too. I mean, I think it probably would have attacked with these two as well, but it looks like they're maybe planning to do something with the mana. But, like, why not attack with the Luminary, you know? I guess I'm not guaranteed to block the Rover, and if they have a 6-mana card, like a Rescue Skiff, they can't cast it if I don't give them a lander, so I guess that's sort of relevant. And they are looking in their grave. Oh, Scout for Survivors. That's cool. Okay. Alright, so let's crack a lander. Move into the red source. Let's go Beckoner, attack with the feeder, and kill their something. Probably a Death Toucher. Get in. I suppose at this point I am going to sack this block to itself, so I think I just do that now. Probably should have done that at the beginning of the turn. Okay, another one of those. That's cool. Yeah, so kill this, sack this, and then get to kill, I guess, the Rover. We're doing some cool stuff in this deck. We are getting a lot of value out of these Embrace Oblivions. And these Beckoners, too. Okay. They're thinking here, so it seems like they probably drew something, or not. Alright. So I've got 8 mana. Might as well crack a scroll. Okay, okay. I like this stuff that I just drew. Attack with these two, and then post-combat just play this Intimidator. Do I play the box events on the weekend? I usually play for the collector booster ones. I played this time around. I only did one this time. Didn't get there. But yeah, I do once in a while. I don't usually play just like the regular boxes. Collector boosters are fun to open, so that's my justification. Alright, play Intimidator. We should have lethal next turn. As long as this Circuit Feeder survives, of course. We just pull through face. Alright, yeah, seems like a YOLO attack. Okay. This deck looks fun as hell to play. Yeah, I agree. It is. I can confirm. I've been playing decks a lot like this, like Grixis-y, but also not really like any particular theme. I mean, I got themes in there. I got like artifact stuff, sack stuff, but like Grixis piles have been kind of my jam. Yeah. Grixis mega value, exactly. Boom. Cool. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we had I mentioned this on the episode I put out yesterday. But yeah, I feel like it's definitely we've had a bit of a format shift. Obviously, stats still matter a lot, especially if you have Spacecraft in your deck and you want to get on board and everything. But I just feel like so many games are lost in one, due to like who ran out of cards, who could draw more cards than the opponent. It's rare that I lose a game from getting out-tempoed, I find. I mean, that's all, like, that's not just like, oh, you won't get out-tempoed. That's me building my deck in a way where I'm trying not to get out-tempoed as I'm drawing all these cards, right? But sometimes you can build your deck that way, and the threats are still strong enough where it's like, it didn't really matter. I got out-tempoed despite my best efforts. So yeah, you want to have, like, a good mix, right? Like, you want to be getting on board. You're late, Hulk Carver. What are you doing? You want to be getting on board. You want to be, stopping an opponent who's attacking you with their 2/2s, 2-mana 2/2s, and 3-mana 3/3s. But then past that, you need to be like, all right, what am I doing now that we've both kind of emptied our hands, Ooh, this is... Okay, not that close. I was gonna say, this is kind of close. I realize that I have a 1-drop in hand, and it's not that close. Because I would love to keep them from developing their mana. I would love to kill the Mechan, but I'd also spend all my mana, so I was kind of debating just Faithfuling, but Carver makes that decision easy. Molecular Modifier. I think this is one of the more overrated cards in the set. This modifier. I don't think it's terrible or anything, but I think it's kind of whatever, kind of mopey. I see it get played a lot. And drafted fairly highly according to 17 lands. This would be a good card if the set was more about like 2-drop into 3-drop that helps you attack and 4-drop push damage, right? But like not that many starts out of many decks want to do that. I've also had decks where I think it's a pretty solid card, but I think most people just kind of throw it in the red deck. Land? Okay, worm. Land, eh. Okay. So... I think I'm cool with an attack. If they want to block, great. Now we just go scroll into Warpound. Interesting. So if I grab the scroll, I can't necessarily play dragon next turn. But if I grab the scroll, I can draw a lot of cards later. I guess because I've got this hound, I should probably just guarantee hitting my lands. The freaky dog is so good. Yeah, the dog is so good. So I guess one reason not to attack with my Follower's Faithful here is if I'm planning to attack with it, it means I'm going to block, or plan to block with this Hullcarver. And that's fine, but Hullcarver also could just block this worm, so maybe it was wrong to attack. And now that I've attacked, maybe it's just better to not block. And then, like, Dragon the Stinger. Oh. Okay, this is fine. I thought they'd attack with the modifier, too. Ooh, that sure is tempting to just play my Virus Beetle. Like, play my Hound, play my Beetle. Will they empty their hand next turn? I guess it's not that likely, right? So, we're probably fine just to do this. No, I just killed the modifier. I think keeping the scroll is better there with the Hound as a second play next turn. Well, I knew I was going to play the dragon. The reason to even consider the land is that I could just, so I could play the dragon for sure, right? Which I think was good here. And, like, I've got this scroll that I can draw some cards with. I've got this Hound. Like, I don't think I'm going to get outvalued. Seems pretty unlikely. I do think it's still kind of close, though. I agree. Had a great Grixis control pile today with 2 maps and Weft Walking. 2 maps. What is map? Just looping my deck with no real win condition. I also had 2 Lethal Breaking in that deck, which seems surprisingly good. What are your thoughts on that card? I like Lethal... Oh, Scroll. Yeah. Scroll's great. I like Lethal Breaking when you don't have things that die to it. Like, you don't have a lot of 1 toughness creatures. Or I guess 2. 1 and 2 toughness creatures. Like, green-red can sometimes make good use of it. I've had a few red-blue decks that can actually use it pretty well, too. So, yeah, I can imagine some decks where it's pretty good in. Let's just take the Circuit Feeder. Or, sorry, specifically some Grixis decks. Because, like, I think one of the issues with Lethal Breaking in these controlling decks is a lot of my control decks are base black, and so they're like it kills a lot of my stuff. But I've had like base red blue decks that's not been true for. Maybe I've got like 3 or 4 creatures that it kills, but that's kind of okay. What is the last card in their hand? I wonder. They discard a removal spell. We can kill most things. Okay, it seems like an obvious block, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah. That was exactly lethal, I think. Cool. All right, smooth running so far. I mean, we had one loss, but other than that, deck's been humming. And that's what I really like about these Grixis control decks. Like, it just feels... There is this slight issue in the format where it's pretty easy. Like, if you're not thinking about this in deck building, it's pretty easy to just unknowingly build your deck in a way that's, like, pretty not resistant to flood or screw. Like, there's some formats where you just build your deck and the mechanics of the set kind of smooth that over for you. I don't think this is one of those sets. I think you kind of have to be thinking about, like, how am I hitting land drops if I want to hit land drops consistently? How am I progressing and surviving and thriving in the late game? And just, like, throwing cards in your deck won't get you there naturally, right? But with the Grixis decks, that's kind of not true. Like, and I say Grixis as in not necessarily all three colors, but, like, the two, you know, the 3/2 color pairs. The Grixis decks have really good card flow. They also have landers, right? So, like, you kind of help there, but just like the relics and the moxites and the nutrient blocks and, you know, all the dogs obviously are very, very good. Okay. Looking nice. Yes, it's very different than Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy had a lot of card draw effects. They were fairly cheap. Lots of card filtering. This is kind of funny because usually when your opponent gives you, like, yeah, the 4/3 here means they have removal, I would assume. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say in this deck, it's kind of funny. Usually do I want to run anything out here? I don't think so. I think I just chill. Usually I want them to give me a 4/3. Even though that does mean usually they have a removal spell. But I kind of want the lander more in this deck than the 4/3. Alright, well that I do not care about so far. Then again, like, I do kind of want to use my plunge here. If there's cards in their deck, it kind of makes me think it's there for a reason. I could also just ignore it, though. I'm going to wait a turn. If they play a spacecraft, sure, I get punished a little, but that's okay. Okay. So I could run this out. It probably dies because, like, they're doing nothing and they've got 5 cards in hand or 4 cards in hand. Yeah, I think I just chill still. I've got 2 other removal spells. Mind you, one of them is not the easiest to use. I think if I miss my land drop and they don't give me something worth killing, I'll probably kill the Sentinel here. Or the Sentry, sorry. On my turn, my next turn. 2 players with 9 pieces of removal between them. Oh, a second one, chat. They have a second one. Alright. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna just snap it off now. Sure, you got me. You made me use my removal on your Sentry. I do be wanting the lander here. Okay, a blue source. Well, nothing dies to depressurize. I can just do this. It's fine. Alright. Let's just chill still. Vestige. That is annoying. Well, I will deem that card annoying here. Let's go get our island. Scroll's pretty nice. Okay, so let's go embrace. Get rid of this Titan. Ooh. That was a great draw, too. They have Divert Disaster here. It's kind of okay. Oh, they don't. Okay, very nice, very nice. Yeah, Aki, I think you're right. I think my untapped is not working on your end. Sorry about that. I will see if I can fix that after this. It might not be on my end, actually. I'm assuming it is. Oh, God. I get to do the thing again. I'm assuming it is, but chat might be able to tell me otherwise. So if I play my scroll, can't do it all. Okay, so we go Beetle. Make you discard a card. Warp in Beckoner. Target this. Just the old 3 for 1, or 4 for 1, I guess, if you want to count Faithful as being a card, which it is. Okay, so yeah, they just got a bunch of removal spells, it seems like. They just discarded 2. I will take 7. Guess the grab ship. Okay. It's pretty good. Milled a Rupture, thankfully. Looks like they're fairly close to just 3 colors. Probably gonna get back Titan, maybe? Guess it depends if they can play it this turn. Maybe Freighter. Yeah, I could see them getting back Freighter. Okay, yeah, they do. They play a Mechan. Okay, well, we can kill that one. Mechan gets back. Sure, okay, that's fine. This is fine. They're thinking, do I want a station? I guess they do. Hooey. Okay. So, what do we do about that? I mean, I can do the thing again. Doesn't do it. I mean, it does do something. They have cards in hand again. Yeah, probably worth it. I'm not gonna die on the crackback, so... Yeah, we just get to push some damage. We get to push some damage and 4-for-1 our opponent again. Oh. Oh, and don't mind if I do. Just trying to embrace Oblivion. Okay, so if I embrace Oblivion this Vestige to, like, put this into play, it's probably better just to hold it, right? There's no real reason to do it now. Like, they can bounce my 2 blockers, deal me 9. Okay. Yeah, that was great. That was great. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Looking good. Also, always feels good when you have Virus Beetle on the play. Or sorry, when your opponent's on the play. Because we're already down a card. Discard another pilot. Monoist. Alright, so let's bash. Player Faithful. Cash in our Beetle. Nice. And probably look to just trade with this pilot. I always think this card exiles, because it, like, reminds me of the one from Duskmourn that did. Alright, we block. Drone, and nothing. Okay, cool. So, we've got access to 4 mana this turn. We can Beetle in Pangolin. That kind of looks fine. Could also go Scroll and Beetle. Yeah, let's just go Beetle Pangolin. Sorry, should have sequenced this the other way. As to not alert them to the fact that I have a Pangolin on the battlefield. Doesn't matter too much, but, you know, always correct to lead with the Beetle. So here I'm probably looking to trade with the drone and then depressurize the Monoist. I could just grow with the Pangolin and block the drone next turn. Okay, so now that looks a little different, because if I block the drone intending to kill it, they put 2 counters on the Monoist and I can't depressurize it. So I would need to embrace Oblivion it. Which I guess is okay. Right? I do this. Oh, but then I don't have a great thing to embrace Oblivion. Sorry, yeah, I can't really do that. Okay, I just take 6. That's fine. Okay. So we're going to... I guess what I could do is, like, scroll, grow my Pangolin, go for the trade. When they put the counters on the Monoist, I then depressurize. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I'll attack with the Virus Beetle. Anyone find it weird the opponent threw a land off the top, but then didn't play a land on turn 4? I mean, it just means their hand is fairly cheap, right? That's what I would gather from that. Okay, so now I guess we go depressurize the drone and then embrace Oblivion it, the Monoist. Take 5 here. It's a little painful, a little painful. Okay, so... yeah, I guess I'm gonna actually faithful my beetle here instead. I after drawing a land, I do want to get some more action. Maybe I find a better thing to sack. I did, kind of. Yeah, we can do this. This is fine. This. Kill my Beckoner. It's not 100% clear that I want to kill the Beckoner, I guess, but I think I do. Ooh, block. Okay. I like drawing block. I like block. Block good. And then they do nothing. Okay, sack the block. Intimidator is a really nice draw. So now we can get in. Lay the Intimidator. Very unsure about that Beckoner sack. Yeah, I mean, like, my deck is fairly spell heavy at this point. I'd rather just, like, draw more removal, more card draw. I assume they've got some interaction in hand still, so, like, 4-5 I don't think is going to stabilize me in the way that I need it to. But I also agree with the sentiment that I am unsure about it. Like, I'm not 100% sure it's the right thing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I can't crack scroll and play depressurize next turn. So kind of incentivized to do it in this turn cycle. I could also just wait. Like, if they don't do anything. Oh, never mind. This is going to be great. I assume they go for a trick here. Yeah, they do. Nice. So I guess I do crack. Yeah, I've got 1 drop, so should be cracking here. Prospector. And that should be lethal. I guess they could have Focus Fire. No. No, they would have cast it before if they did. And they wouldn't have just drawn it because we know they have been missing lands, and they would have just played their lands if that was... Oh, sorry. No, that doesn't make sense. If they drew Focus Fire, yeah, they could have it still. The land part doesn't actually matter. Never mind. All right, nice. Yeah, they probably just top deck the 2-1 though. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, this deck's been cool. Like, it has, if I remember correctly, 0 rares, and we're just consistently outvaluing them. Yeah, Algon, you're totally right about that. Am I going to MagicCon Atlanta? No, I don't think so. I was thinking about it a while back, but I do not think so. All right, hopefully the trophy game here. Beautiful. It's a beautiful hand, despite the colors. All right. I mean, it's better. It's nice to have Hound when I've mulliganed. Not as nice to not be able to cast it right away, but can't have everything. Feels like they have mental modulation in their hand, I think. There was a stop with a single blue mana on their turn only. Which is nice. It's a good draw. It's a good draw assuming they play a creature I actually want to plunge. And they didn't. But I drew a Virus Beetle, so that's fine. I think if they attack with this 1/1, I probably just don't block. I mean, they're going to attack with the 1/1. There's not much reason not to. But, like, I've got all the ways to, like, sack my Beetle for value. I've got the Circuit Feeder, which wants me to keep the Beetle on the battlefield. Ooh, this is causing them some pain of what to discard here. Okay, they discarded a Cryo Shatter. Makes sense. Even if they just play this Knight, I'll probably plunge here. I'd, of course, just depressurize if I had my blue, but I'm interested in getting my island. Nothing. What's up with that? Hey, Final Love, how's it going? Yeah, we're chilling at Mythic 22 here. I have not... I think my last 4 decks have been trophies. Which is how we got here. Okay, so what is... Do they have Unravel or Divert Disaster? Kind of feels like that's what it is. They just like have a counter spell and they don't want to tap out of it. That's my guess. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's Divert Disaster. Okay, interesting. Oh, now they're just going to play... Yeah, okay, so we go depressurize this. Cool. And land would be great. Great. Target you, shrink you. Still think I'd chill. I don't think I get it. They just block, and I do want the Beetle. I want the piece of material. It's unfortunate because, you know, I'm slamming this 4/4 flyer, which probably prompts them to cast a removal spell if they have one, which means they're not going to play a creature all that likely. You know, I mean, they could still. But I want to get this plunge out of my hand so I can cast my Hound, and they might not give me a good turn to be able to do that. Okay, a Lab Ship is a good card, and they're going to be able to station it pretty quickly here. Yeah, so next turn. Okay, so I probably want to be killing this. Or the Mechanizoa. Either's fine, to be honest. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna chill here. Can't really bring myself to just want to plunge 1/1. All right, they hit the land, which is good here. It means I'm gonna have a good target now. It's honestly kind of close between the 4/4 and the 5/5. I mean, I'm probably gonna kill the 4/4. That was decent. Okay, so now at this point, I think I'm supposed to probably trade off the beetle. I could also chump with it, I suppose. And yeah, maybe I just like wait one turn, wait to see what I see off the hound. That might be reasonable. Yeah, I go to 6 here. Oh, sorry, 5. Okay, it's a good one to kill. Oh, shoot. This was silly. I forgot I had my lander I needed to crack. Okay, they did have Divert Disaster. Drawing an Intimidator. Not a bad one. Okay, so probably going to have to block this Adept. With the Circuit Feeder. Interesting. The landers seem very low value here. I'm surprised they did this. Okay, it's because I'm just dead. GG. Alright, last game. Win or lose. With a good one. We have not drawn this gunship very often. Sorry, I said I didn't have rares. I guess that's not true. I forgot about this gunship. Looks great here, though. Thank you. Yeah, I really like the shirt, actually. It's I just got it. It's got holes in it, like, intentionally, and it's very breezy. Yeah, no rares. The no rare propaganda that everybody in chat fell for. Because I spouted it. Alright, got some landers. We can kill anything. Pangolin? Yeah, I mean, I could just kill this pangolin. That's fine. And am I putting things into the ship here? Probably. I'm unlikely to be able to get in with the Intimidator next turn. My heuristic for the Intimidator is usually to give them a 4/3. I think the heuristic with Intimidator is basically like, if you have a way to block it or remove it right away, give them the 4/3. But if not, I think it's generally better just to give them the landers, because you just can't really take 8 off this thing, you know. I used to be in the camp of, oh, you should give them landers, or sorry, make it a 4/3 more often than not, take some damage. I've changed my tune on that though. I've just found like way too often I would do that and then just take 8 and then maybe not just die because of this, but it would really limit my decisions that I was at 12 rather than 20 that early in the game. Well, this panned out really, really nicely. Are they just dead? Yeah. Okay. That was great. That was great. Mythic 25. Not as high as our high of 22 last game, but that's okay. All right, let's take a look at the deck, because I think it's a really good proof of concept of what I've been drafting a ton of lately, Grixis-y stuff. So, in the draft, we were kind of unsure what our base was. We knew it was black something, but black blue or black red was kind of close. And as we went on, I was more and more thinking, like, okay, it's likely we splash a card, because we picked up these 2 scrolls, and we had, like, strong cards in, blue and red. And, yeah, I think I honestly could have played blue as the base. It would have been okay. I think my red cards were just a little bit better. Maybe even a good notch better. But really, the start of the show was, like, this common, uncommon package. Like, the triple beetle, double oblivion, triple beetle, double faithful, the beckoner stuff we were doing with, like, target my beetle, kill my beetle, draw 2, make you discard. Like, that's really what won us most games here. Just grinding the opponents out. And drawing cards with the scroll, too. Like, that really mattered. Yeah, like, I've just been winning. Like, the win condition for the majority of my decks lately has just been like, be up on card economy. You know, like make them discard stuff, make you draw cards. Yeah, that's been the most successful for me. Anyways, yeah, hope you enjoyed, chat. I'm gonna sign off from here, and yeah, have a great day.